Noisy Pixel.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to another Noisy Pixel Discussions. Today we're getting together to talk about IGN's Summer of Gaming 2020 Day 1 stream, I guess. It's it's weird, but it's the E3 that we're getting in 2020. So I'm joined today with Mark Damati.
What's up, people? We are back discussing.
And Jake Yoder.
Hello, hello.
All right, guys. Do you just want to jump into it? We'll just start off with general reaction of the stream. Mark, do you want to comment on this?
Yeah, sure. I didn't realize there was such a major hype around these new consoles, to be honest with you. I thought, like, with all the new trends of modern gaming, that the consoles were kind of going to get a little bit of oversight, but it seems that seems like people are really hyped about all these new games and the new consoles and, and all these new platforms that are coming out. And I did see some really nice trailers and gameplay, such as I was really interested in Yakuza, Like a Dragon. I don't know if you want to say any more about that, but I've never seen anything like that, to be honest with you. That was the one that I think stuck out the most to me.
Cool. And what about you, Jake?
I don't know. I'm kind of mixed on this. It's like you mentioned, this is kind of the E3 we're getting this year, but it also, from what I saw today, this seems like it's going to be all of the most uninteresting stuff that we see from E3. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. The throwaway titles.
Right, yeah. And like there's still cool stuff. Yeah. And like there's still cool stuff in here. Like, I don't know, like I also really thought Yakuza looked amazing and Second Extinction looks cool. I was excited to see Alex Kidd come back, but like, do I really need to see Borderlands 3 DLC gameplay? No.
Usually around E3 we gather around the first party publisher streams, so we get more first party games and kind of bigger reveals. This one definitely toned down a little slower than an average like Nintendo stream. So yeah, my general reaction is
it was a little drawn out.
Yeah, they could have shoved this all in an hour instead of wasting our whole day to shitty IGN jokes.
It does feel like my whole day is gone, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, we've been here. It's like, it was a lot longer than I thought it was. I mean, I guess like you're saying, it's two hours, maybe 2 hours plus.
The thing is that we need to understand is that interviews are very, in-person interviews, they're very like staggered and slow while you try and gather your words, and doing them off the cuff like this without any pre-planning, or especially over the internet where there's no personality involved, are the personalities removed, you really lack a lot of what an edited interview will show you, because in edited interviews you don't have the time. You don't say, I paused for a couple seconds to find my words, so it's like it is strange, but hey, good on IGN for highlighting these games that might have not gotten the recognition in normal E3. So starting off the discussions, I want to talk about Werewolf the Apocalypse. This got Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood got a new cinematic trailer. Mark seemed to really like the leaves.
The leaves were beautiful, man. The beginning was cinematic, and I just felt it. I felt it through.
And that's what it was. It was a cinematic trailer. I don't know.
Well, it shows that they have focus on, I mean, you can make a really cool werewolf game, I feel like, but I like when the developers put a lot of focus into the stylization, and, the mood is very important to me, because there's always gameplay, but I just feel like they have to be hand in hand, both visuals and gameplay nowadays, you know what I mean?
And the trailer definitely had werewolves and some blood.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've read about the game, it definitely sounds like something that's going to be up my alley. Third-person action RPG, open world. I like werewolves. So, and yeah, I mean, this cinematic trailer definitely showcased the themes of the game. They're going for a big anti-pollution statement, it seems like. So, we definitely got to see that in this trailer. Like a tree was literally bleeding.
Do you think they're taking a political stance on that, Jake?
I'm sure they will.
Why not at this point?
So controversial. But yeah, so that was Werewolf. It was cool. I mean, there's no gameplay, so what are you gonna do? I will definitely wait for the gameplay reveal to kind of hold my judgments over what I feel for the game before it's out. Moving on, we have Chivalry 2 confirmed for a console release on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and it'll be cross-play between all versions and the PC release. Do you guys know anything about Chivalry 2?
Nope.
So this game is a sequel to a 2012 release called Chivalry, where it's supposed to be like real life medieval fighting, where you have to swing your sword in a realistic way and use your shield and your sword and use the momentum from your like swings of a mouse controller.
Interesting.
This one is kind of an evolution of that from the studio called Tornbanner Studios. This one includes like sieges, so your party will either start in a castle or start on a beach, and you can raise your defenses of a castle while the other team kind of sieges up the beach and hits these different milestones, similar to like a Battlefield game, I guess. But the idea is that you're these huge teams and you have to semi-work together to take out these castles, and you play on different teams. I don't know, it's supposed to be just realistic, and there's different classes. But the gameplay reveal, it was mostly centered around this crossplay announcement. Have you guys played crossplay before?
I don't think I've ever played a game with crossplay. No.
I think Mark and I was doing Call of Duty.
Yeah, I've played a few games crossplay. The old Fortnite is one of them, and
yes, tried and true.
And Call of Duty for sure.
So cool. I'm glad to see this game taking on, because I wouldn't expect this game to receive a console release, to be honest with you. I don't know. It's definitely tailored to mouse and keyboard, because you use your mouse to kind of swing your sword, and that sensitivity and the kind of balance that comes with, I don't know if it could be translated into a controller.
Maybe VR.
Yeah, there would definitely be a cool VR experience. The graphics would suck, though.
I feel like they're gonna be bad for a while.
I mean, this definitely looks like a really cool multiplayer experience. Again, I don't know, I'm more of a single player guy. I don't really delve into multiplayer all that often, but the game looks pretty good. But it will be interesting to see how they translate that into console. Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to Second Extinction. This is the dinosaur fighting game. Jake, you covered this game. What can you tell us about it?
So I don't know how I feel about Second Extinction. It had its reveal in the Xbox event, a few weeks ago or a month ago. I don't know. Time is irrelevant. Time doesn't exist. But I don't know. I'm so mixed on this game, because part of me is like, wow, multiplayer, like a co-op game where I'm fighting like mutant dinosaurs. That sounds really neat. But also everything that they've shown just kind of looks underwhelming to me. Like they've got these big open landscapes, but they just look really empty. And they've got all these, I don't know. I mean, the dinosaurs look cool, but it's like, I don't know. I just don't know how much fun it's really going to be. You know what I mean?
The game definitely looks like it's in development. Looking at some of the textures of the industrial scenes, it does look a little smooth and not finalized. I think having the world so big is where I don't like it, just because it takes away like choking points, and you have these dinosaurs and stuff. So you're going to have to fill that, and there's points of the gameplay trailer where people were just standing around in these large open areas trying to get from one place to the other, and nothing was going on, and they were just walking. That's the issue, is that you have to constantly, with something so high action, there has to be something constantly going on. You always have to have these constant goals, and these moments in these huge areas where you're simply standing around waiting for something to happen, it's not going to fly. It's going to completely remove me, at least, from anything fun. Also, dinosaur AI is probably really tough to program, I'll tell you that much.
Do you think there's like an addiction to games with these open maps or these large maps instead of, you know what I mean? Like you're saying, they have all this space that you can't use, and they just put so much time into the space that you can't use. And there's just some sort of fascination about like quote unquote open world games nowadays. I just feel like it's just overplayed.
Yeah, you spend time on creating these big areas, but no one will ever see like these small touches. So I think that focusing on creating more like choking point areas, just like parts where strategy comes into play and it's not based on the largeness of the environment, but more trying to stay alive. I need to see more of that because I don't necessarily want to feel overpowered against the dinosaurs because they're just dinosaurs, just trying to live like me and you.
Dinosaurs are vicious, bro. Like, what do you want?
Hey, dude, if they come back for a round two, hey, ever more power to them. Power to them.
I just felt like the game was just a little bit like I think you just have to wait for more footage because like they can only show what they have, and it just seems like there was really nothing. It just seems like the same clip of a guy with a minigun
Yeah,
shooting the same dinosaur in a
yeah,
different location. You know what I mean? Like,
I totally agree. I do need to see more. I need to see more dinosaurs, and I need to see more areas where you can kind of traverse how to get around the map quicker. I'm not totally interested in these like uh, objective removals where you put bombs on a thing and it shoots them up. I just think that's silly. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Jake, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, no, I mean, this gameplay was neat. It was good to see more, but I'm definitely not completely sold yet. It's definitely something I'll probably check out as long as we, see something more compelling. But yeah, not blown away by what we saw today.
Moving on, we have Metal Hellslinger from publisher Funcom and developer The Outsiders. This is a Doom-like FPS rhythm game. Do you guys have any thoughts on this?
Just looks like Doom.
It was pretty silly where they interviewed the developers, IGN did, and didn't mention Doom once. Very silly.
honestly, it just looked bad. To be honest, let's just put the cat out of the bag. It just did not look good. It just looked like a worse version of Bulletstorm and Doom. It just didn't look. It just like was what did I watch? And like if you go back and watch it, I just feel like everyone should feel this way. I just don't know what there was that I watched.
So the mechanic here is it's rhythm based. That's their hook, right? As the music's going, you execute actions to the beat. Is that enough to be like it's Doom with a rhythm game? And they're like trying to sell like the metal soundtrack, and I'm like, Doom has a really good soundtrack. Like, you know how fucking hard you guys are gonna have to work. You know the position that these developers are putting themselves in to try and one up that game. It's incredible. Good luck to them, but to see this game and to not mention Doom is a disservice to the greatness that is Doom. And I'm not even a huge FPS fan, but I will tell you that Doom Eternal is one of my favorite games of this year.
Really?
Yeah, I mean they've definitely got a lot to live up to. I mean I like the idea because a lot of people have compared the new Doom games to kind of like rhythm games that aren't rhythm games. You get in this rhythm while you're playing those, and you're going along to the music and stuff. So to make that more literal and make that the focus of the game is definitely a good idea, I think. But I guess we'll just have to see how it goes.
Music like ramps up while you're moving through the levels, and you're right, there is a rhythm already to Doom. It's a game that I feel like the developers know what they're trying to create, and it's a game that I need to get my hands on to completely understand, because watching the gameplay doesn't really show me anything. So let's move on to Yakuza Like a Dragon. Mark, let me know what you think. You have not played a Yakuza game, I'm assuming.
No, I have not. And the fact that they even like showed turn-based style gameplay in this, it just seemed like I've seen 3D turn-based games obviously before. And not that I'm surprised on that aspect. It just like the way they were presenting it and putting you in, like you're just on a city street and you're just walking through a sidewalk trying to get a job. And then there's just guys that are just standing there, and then you go into your little battle mode. It's cool. It's got some cool vibes to it. Never seen stuff like that. And I am looking forward to seeing someone play it because I probably won't get it.
Jake and I were talking about this, but one of the more interesting things about the game is that the main character is really into JRPGs, and the reason why this is so over the top is that when he does get in a fight, he's imagining that it is an RPG style fight. So that's why the turn-based nature of the game is happening. And Jake, do you have any comments on this?
Yeah, this game looks awesome. I mean, I love the Yakuza games. I love Judgment. So I was pretty much sold on this game from the second I heard Yakuza 7, but I was skeptical when I heard that it was I was skeptical when I heard that they were going to this new combat system, because one of the things I love about Yakuza is its traditional kind of beat 'em up combat. But I love the way that it looks like they're doing this. The way that they kind of keep the real time aspect of gameplay, I think looks really cool. You know what I mean? How it's still turn based, but like nobody like stands still and just like waits. Like they're all kind of like dancing around each other, acting as if they're like making up their move. They're deciding what they're going to do.
You really have to think though, like with the remasters of all the Yakuza games that were built on the same engine, they did use that battle system a lot,
Mm-hmm.
They did it over and over and over again. And I'm sure the developers is like, man, like I'm sick of this. I just remade all these damn games with the same battle system. Can we do anything else? So I'm interested to see what they pull off. And Judgment kind of uses the same systems, along with like stealth elements and stuff like that for their mission structures.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to see that Sega is taking a chance on the Yakuza series.
Yeah, me too. I'm really excited. I'm surprised that they haven't said it's coming to PS5 yet, and I guess I'll be interested to see if it's a Series X next gen exclusive.
I don't know, but it is a launch title.
Yeah.
One interesting thing about this game that, I found interesting. Well, there's a mini game where you collect cans, but while you were collecting the cans actually showed up individually in your cart instead of just being like a flat JPEG that kind of raised like a video game, and that's possible. Like I'm fine with that. But the fact that they have the can like launch up and drop inside the cart, I was like, whoa, this is next gen.
Extra processing power.
This is it. We're here. We finally made it. Very excited for this game. We'll totally be covering it more in the future. I'm not sure, moving on though, but I'm not sure if you guys have any thoughts on this, but Beyond Blue, the whale game.
Oh yeah, I've got thoughts. That game looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks like should be narrated by Morgan Freeman.
I was talking when this game was being shown, you guys were like, "What the heck is this?" And I mentioned that it looks like
I said, look at that girl's butt.
Which is much better.
And then I said, are you looking at the whales or looking at her butt? And then Mark said, both.
Well, this game looks like Endless Ocean, which was a series that was on the Nintendo Wii where you just kind of swam around and like tried to discover a new fish, and you would get like facts about them, and you could like, I don't know, like pet them and feed them in the water. And it was like really relaxing and had what I remember as a kid, at least, pretty good graphics. So this kind of reminds me of that. So I'm very interested to play this and see what it's like.
It comes out tomorrow.
Whoa, I didn't see that. I missed that.
You gonna buy it?
Yeah.
I guess we'll see.
Moving on, we have Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX. Jake, you know Alex Kidd? Have you personally met him?
I mean, I know of Alex Kidd because I was, I really like Sega, and I thought it was interesting that they had a mascot before Sonic. So like, I know of him. I have not really played much of any of his games, but I mean, I know the name. And so that's why I was just like, whoa, Alex Kidd is back when this was announced,
I'll say that I've never played an Alex Kidd game, and I love retro games. I know who Alex Kidd is, but, I feel like I've played more TurboGrafx 16 games than Sega games. Like, this era. Like I'm just a very strange person. I like all these Wonder Boy freaking games. I'm glad to see them coming back and getting a kind of remaster, but then they have like a mode where you can switch back to the old version, which is cool.
It's something I'll probably check out because I like platformers. I haven't played a really good one in a while. And yeah, I'm happy to see that Alex Kidd is back. It's been like 20 years since 30 years since his last game. So
moving on, we have another platformer game. Demon Turf was announced, and I'll tell you guys, this is probably the game that I liked the most. It's not just because there's a 1,000-year-old demon girl as the main protagonist. It's definitely the most unique game that was shown in this showcase. It mirrors like 2D illustration with 3D environments, and you pretty much this demon girl who goes to these different turfs and takes out these other demons to become the demon queen, and you get new abilities along the way, and it's just snarky and punk rock, you know. It's kind of stupid. But it just, that's what I want, you know. Like the way she jumps is so stupid. Like they don't even like play the whole animation. She just kind of ticks, you know. It's very strange, but
it looks good though. It just like, it looks entertaining and it looks original, and it has homage to old style games as well as like all these new updated graphics. But it's combining just the aspect of just like platforming, just jumping around, dodging things in a 3D world as a main. You know, we've seen games that do this, but this just looks very unique and original.
Yeah, I love how you like they've illustrated her on different angles and stuff like that. I don't know. It's probably, I love these types of games, these types of odd games, and I'm glad that this made it to the showcase. Jake, do you have any thoughts on Demon Turf?
Yeah, I think it looks really cool. It looks unique. I really like the art style, like how the main character is like flat, you know? I don't know. It just looks neat. It definitely looks like something worth checking out.
Looks challenging, and I like it.
Last game that we're going to talk about today is Observer System Redux. This is a remaster, I'm thinking. Is that a remaster?
Yeah, it's like a remaster slash, like, I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. It seems like it's mostly a remaster, but it's got some new content. You know what I mean? Like there's going to be some new story content, and they're like trying to overhaul the graphics using next generation hardware. And it's also going to be on PC, probably, I'm assuming, as I would think, as like a free upgrade, or actually maybe not, since there's new content. But yeah, so it's going to be PC and next gen with some new stuff, but the core of the game seems to be the same.
This is an interesting game that I never played but heard a lot about. I'm looking at the gameplay. It's okay. So this is developed by Bloober Team, who did Blair Witch. Looking at this, looking at Blair Witch, I feel like this is a lot better than Blair Witch. So I don't know if it's a
matches for Blair Witch.
Thanks, Siri. I'll probably leave that in. I don't know. It's might be a budget thing, but this game probably made a lot of money, I'm guessing. So I've never played it. It looks good. Mark, what do you have to say about it?
I'm just personally not that intrigued about walking around games. There's just something about
you're that guy
games that I just can't do.
Yeah, investigate this. Walk into this room, and you can't leave until you investigate everything.
And then it didn't seem like it. The whole game was walking. There was nothing. There's just no game. I just feel like, you know what I mean? I don't know. If some people will hate me, I just can't. I just can't do it.
There are some people that will hate you. There are probably some people that do hate you already.
I'm sure. There's probably at least 2% of our fan base that are like, who the hell is this guy? And why is he here? Watching
the character kind of just walk around a room just to like see some already scripted moment happen. I don't know.
Exactly.
I'm glad I haven't played it, because I probably wouldn't want to play it again.
Yeah, I know. I think it looks neat. It gives me like Resident Evil 7 kind of vibes, even though it's like nothing like Resident Evil 7. You know what I mean? Like the setting is completely different, but like the gameplay and stuff kind of gives me those vibes. Like, I don't know. There was like one scene where he was sneaking around like an old attic. And that really reminded me of Resident Evil 7. And I loved Resident Evil 7. So I don't know. When this comes to next gen, I think I'll check it out.
Well, it's yours then. That's all. You called it. Well, guys, that's it. That's all we're going to be talking about for this discussions of IGN's Summer of Gaming 2020 day one. There's some games that we liked. There were some games that we didn't like, but we love games regardless. And thank you, Jake and Mark, for hanging out and giving your commentary.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Have a good day, everyone. And we'll come back with another discussion for tomorrow, which will probably be about PlayStation 5 games.
Yeah.
Ooh. Bye.
Peace
See ya.
out.